everybody.
We are 15 minutes late. And not our fault. Not our fault. All technical issues. It must have been from last night's blackout. Did you hear about that?
I did.
It affected everything. We couldn't go live. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it is affecting us, but we're not gonna give up.
We don't give up. And we drug Michelle with us. She's with us. All right, everybody. Yes, we are late, but better late than never. We are fashionably late today. We had it all planned, everybody. This is what you do, okay? Learning moment for all crafters, right?
Yes.
Just keep plowing through, okay? Do not give up. We had it all planned. We were all organized. We had it all set up. Michelle was on time. We had everything rocking and rolling, and it kicked us off.
Yeah.
So Jeanette, in her brilliance of production, got us back online. And so we are here. We apologize, but we are going to give you a great show no matter what.
Yes.
It is Friday, and it's time for having fun with J&J. I'm Jenny.
I'm Jeanette.
Miss Jeanette. And we are here on our, what show is this? Is this like a 333 show or something?
Number 27.
27. Okay. 27th show. And it will be remembered. It's a moment for a memory book. Anyway, I want to introduce to you a wonderful crafter. Now, this is one of the few that we did not meet on Unalienable. Jeanette was doing a pop-up show in her hometown of
Newport Richey,
Florida. God, I'm such a Californian on that one. By way of Texas. They were at a VFW pop-up, and they met, and they both were very impressed with each other, which is good because they're both very impressive. And Jeanette got Michelle to come on to the show. So Michelle does these fabulous lighted bottles, and she does jewelry. And I'm going to give it over to Jeanette because I'm pooped. I'm exhausted already.
I never typed so fast in my life to recreate a show. It goes like this, and that's how I. Oh my gosh! So it's wonderful to be here. We love everybody. We like to stay committed. We like to stay committed. So Michelle, we met at the American Legion, and it was courage. And tell me, how did you get into your business?
Well, I've been doing crafts all my life, so to speak, and I was just making crafts as Christmas presents. And then 3 years ago, my husband goes, "Go ahead, make this to a business." I said, "Well, the little life that we have, it's going to be gone." And so he's been very supportive in everything. So because I recycle liquor bottles, paint them with my unique, different style ideas, whatever comes out of my head, put fairy lights in them. And then I make a variety of wind chimes out of a variety of different beads and everything, that they're one of a kind. No, no matter if I try to do two of the same, they're never the same. They're unique. They're made out of beads, stones, crystals, whatever I have and I see a vision, that's what I make.
And do you have can we see one of your creations, one of the beads? Do you have
now, unfortunately, no, I don't have one of the wind chimes. I have a couple of my little bottles because my wind chimes but yes, I can definitely show you this one, it's like a 3D bottle. It has like little flowers on it, and then it lights up.
Those are so cute.
Ooh.
That's one of them. And then this is my 3D. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like a sugar skull inside the middle.
Right here.
So okay, and then it just lights up, so it just even shines even more.
That's like great Halloween decoration. That's awesome.
This past weekend I had a show, and 3 of these went off the table instantly. And then I just found some Halloween charms that my brain is going, oh my God, they're going to look so awesome on those kind of bottles. Being a crafter, when you see a new little charm or something, your brain doesn't stop and it keeps going. That, because my counter space right now has multiple bottles I've started painting that I have to finish tonight. I have to get them finished because I don't have a dining room table. It's full of trays of beads. Because it's just my husband and I at the house, and nothing personally. We don't need the dining room table.
His little corner, like you've got him in his little corner now, and you're like moving him over. Like, dude, move over.
Yeah, because he's like, we eat in the front room because unfortunately, it's a TV tray in front of the TV. You just eat your dinner and everything else, and then and so it's all over. I have racks in like my garage, tables full of stuff, and everything else, all my supplies for me to go and grab. He laughs at me because I'm like, there's a certain bead I'm trying to find. Then substitute for something. No, I have to go find this bead. He goes, why? Because my design goes around this specific bead I know I have. And out of the 130 trays of beads, it's the last tray that you find.
Of course.
And then because then it messes up because I have them try to sort it by groupings, like the hearts together, stars together, and everything else. And then you're like, when you're putting it all back on the shelf, you just mess up your whole grouping because you're frustrated. It took an hour of my time, and then he just shakes his head at me, goes, just for that? Yeah.
I know.
Because my brain stopped. Because when you're a crafter, your brain says, no, this is what you have. This is what you're using. You can't substitute because you have it.
You have the vision in your head. That's the problem.
Yes. Let me tell you something. It is amazing how some people they just don't understand. You ever heard that phrase? They just don't understand.
They don't. Right. I mean, because like,
have it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, because like my girlfriend, she knits and everything else. I said, you got it easy. You just grab your yarn and you just go knitting it. Me? No, I have a vision, what color codes and everything else. And, this is it because I have like, because my wind chimes are like whimsical. They're very light and they just like, and they just blend when the wind goes through them. It's just nice and gentle noises. They aren't everything else, and they're colorful. And I put crystals in it so that when the sun comes through them, they will crisp. It just, it's just a variety of things. When I see it, I go through and I do it. I mean, I have some that are full of skulls that people are just tearing, you're buying them up. I'm like, I can't make them fast enough.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
So are you? It just flashed across my head because that's what does it with us. On those bottles, do you go to bridal store, like people that set up weddings? Those are great table for centerpieces.
No, I have not. Yeah, I haven't not expanded that far yet and everything else because I did, because this is my hobby. It gets me out of my house because I work.
Wait, we need to have a red. I'm gonna get a red.
You said hobby.
Sorry.
It's
I
like,
didn't know that.
It's like kryptonite hobby.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, so it's, it gets me, my creativity is my stress releaser, and it also gets me out of my house to do this stuff. So, I mean, this right here, this is out of my comfort zone right here that we're doing today.
We're going to drag you really out of your comfort zone in just a second. Okay. So you're in your little safe hobby hut. Okay.
Yes.
So you're spending money on raw materials. You're spending your time, right?
Yes.
You just told me and Jeanette that you made something that cannot be kept on the shelf. Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You're a business.
Yes.
You're a business.
Yes.
But we have to get your head into being a business. You don't have to be, you don't have to be the, some of the things we figured out with people is that they feel like they're going to lose their joy, or they feel like they're going to lose their, mojo, their creativity if they turn it into a business, because they see business as being a a negative thing. That's the problem. Once you become accustomed to being a business, which you are,
Mhm.
my then
Yes.
then you start taking control of your craft. Okay.
Okay.
Then you take it seriously. Then you start realizing that all your effort, you just told Jeanette and I how dedicated you are, how much fun you have, what your focus is. You have all the makings, but you're scared of the business side. And so you're going to leave it as a hobby. We're
Let's
telling you that even if it's grabbing your husband and saying, dude, you need to keep track of the invoices for me, you really need to start looking at yourself as a business. I know it's uncomfortable, but look at you. You're here. You're doing a great job. You
Good.
just told us about your business in like 2 minutes.
Yep.
And we saw how much
Joy.
joy that you're talking about your business, girlfriend.
Smile is cute. You're happy
Mhm.
talking about when a person talks about their craft and all you can see is their happiness and everything, that's a business. That's your life. That's like your forever moment of, okay, I don't want to be here in this reality right now. I'm gonna go to my crafting, my happy place. I'm gonna
Right.
go to business. And that's what you saw. And that's what we see on you. You're looking great. It looks beautiful. And I'm so glad because, to be honest, we couldn't find a picture of you anywhere. I was like,
Yeah. Oh, we're getting after you on that one too.
it was like, who's this mysterious lady? Her beautiful work is beautiful. And look, you're beautiful too. So don't hide your beauty because your beauty is how people connect with you. So, this is a message for all crafters, not just you. For all crafters, always show your beautiful face because people like to connect with the person, with the product, and that's
Right.
one of the things that I learned too as a crafter. So that's one of the things. But tell me, so I know you have an event Sunday, you said, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that event.
Okay, so it's going to be right next. It's up in Newport Richey again. It's right next to American Legion. It's another branch. I think it's the VA. It's another one of the branches up there. So I was invited when I was at the other location. It's a free event, and so it's from 12 to 5. And so I was also given a couple ideas that I've made some stars that are red, white, and blue with sequins on them. So either they're ornaments or keychains. Also, too, I'm making some bottles with poppy flowers because those were associated in World War One, right? And that's I would say, a couple of the higher members, like the president of the American Legion, advised me of this. She goes, if you had a couple of these little bottles like this, they would sell because the poppy is associated with World War One. I'm like, I'm gonna have to research that because that's the first time anybody has mentioned that, and I've been to like a couple of the American Legions here local.
In fact, England actually has a day of poppies.
Okay.
It's been a tradition. It's kind of lost in the history, but yes, it's a remembrance day. And just another like push coming to shove. You have
Right.
the president of where talking to
Of
you?
the American Legion of that location. Yes.
Okay.
That event.
The term low hanging fruit.
What?
The term low hanging fruit.
Yes.
You go after the low hanging fruit. Girlfriend, those peaches are in your basket. They're falling out of the sky for you, off the tree branches. So, okay, keep going. I'm sorry. I get
No. Yes, I mean, I was like, she spent like 20 minutes in my booth and sitting there because she's like, your booth is it's colorful, it's just draws people's eyes. I have a variety of things to hit every age group. I mean, like I have little paint kits for the kids and everything else, and those, and it's nice because during the holidays, the family members like, oh my gosh, didn't even think about this. This keeps the kids occupied at Thanksgiving. I'm like, so I do, I mean, because and it's funny because with my bottles and stuff like that, they're perfect for the camping. They're perfect for night lights, perfect in the back porch and stuff like that. And I didn't realize how bad my family were alcoholics until I started this business and said I needed bottles. I'm like, And then my friends are like, I'm bringing bottles over. I'm like, hold it, people. I have to cut you off. Please do not bring the bottles because I can't hide them in the closet anymore. The AA keeps my house.
Michelle, she's drinking the beer and she's putting the fairy lights in, drinking the beer.
Oh yeah, because because I've gone to a couple shows at hospitals, and then the staff are like going, if only you could keep the liquor in, and then somehow figure out a way to keep the liquor in the bottles and have the fairy lights. I said that would be an awesome creation, but I don't think there's any distributors out there that would be able to do that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. And, okay, so we talked about how you started, but
Yes.
when did you find out about your gift? Like, at what age did you do it? When you were young?
Yes. I started, I would say about 8 or 9, I started doing crafts. I was like doing the nail art.
Oh,
So I've been always a creative person. I mean, I've always been, because my parents would redo houses, so I was in construction, so I knew how to do everything else. So they would give me, and so I would do the string art and everything else, and everything. And it'd be done in a day. They're like, you're supposed to last longer on that. Yeah, okay, I'm done. And then, but when I was a kid, we did some craft shows up north, because back then, okay, I'm showing my age. We did back up north, because I'm from outside of Chicago. They had these people had these foam like magnets on the back of them and everything else, but it was made with foam, and you designed them and all sorts of stuff. We did Garfields and all sorts of stuff. It's like my job was to sit there and use the puff paint and paint all of those things. The puff paint. Oh my gosh, has that changed over the years and stuff. So every year I used to do cross stitch. My eyes are now saying no, you can't do this anymore. My back and everything, because it took me 10 years to finish a large, humongous lighthouse picture for my husband. 10 years because you just getting over it. Yeah, and it's very. It was so big. It's like 5 large, and he's like, "You finished it." Yeah, and I hate it. No, yeah, because I've got more cross stitch things, because when you're younger, you see these things thinking, I'm going to do this. Yeah, it's still sitting in a hope chest. I'm like, no, it's still sitting there. That there's certain things about. But I just gradually, I will see something and just kind of experiment with it, play with it, and stuff like that. I like textures. I mean, that's the thing about when I'm making the wind chimes, my beads. I mean, sometimes I'm thinking, maybe I, might be, probably just having one of those lovely little disorders that everybody hyper, and everything. I like sensories, touching my beads, playing with them, and because like when I'm at a show, I'm standing there by my racks, just playing with the beads, go like this. People are like,
I saw that today. I did see that. She has them in a nice, one of those display hangers. Playing with it. I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. And I would kept looking at it, and it was so much fun. And I would see her do that.
People, I'm sure, are attracted by the sound.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
There was no wind that day. That day
was there was no wind.
In Florida?
Wind. Yeah.
Oh.
It was really hot. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, please take I went with a long sleeve. Why? Anyway, so that day. So you have some on Friday. On Sunday, you have another event, and that's good. And then, do you plan to go anywhere else? Do you have any plans? Where do you see yourself in 5 years with this?
In 5 years, I still see myself, definitely expanding a little bit more. I'm hoping within the next year, whatever, that I can do maybe like the Renaissance festivals, maybe doing that to expand into that. Okay. It's like I'm going to be out of my comfort zone here in October. I'm going to do a 2-day show and leaving my stuff overnight. I'm like, I've never done that. I'm like,
they have security. I did the Blueberry Festival for 5 nights. And I have to put the walls up, and then it's a lot, but they have constant security going around, so you'll be safe.
Yeah, because I've never used my I haven't used my walls, whatever, because I have a colorful background, which is like, it's just like two shower curtains that are full of bubbles. It's all multicolored to match my bottles. Okay, so it just pops. And I'm like, I can't use white walls don't work for me. Don't work for me. It's too boring. It's just that. So yeah, before that show hit next month here, I'm gonna have to play putting up the walls and taking down the walls.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Where are you on social media? Do you have anything going on? I know you're on Facebook.
right, I'm on Facebook and I've got Instagram and everything else, but I've not done any put out any shows and everything else, because whenever I create something or make something, it's funny, it's like post it, and then I have friends come in and say, all right, you better take those bottles you just made, stick them aside, they're mine already. I'm like, okay. So and then and it's like, because like the last show I had this past Saturday was really good, that other crafters, that everybody who's followed me, they're like, oh my god, those bottles that are so cute that you just created, they're good. And they went, I'm like, okay, I was just a freak of my nature because of the because I just use a variety of different ad shaped bottles for cool designs. Okay, and I just come up with the image and say boom, and then when I post it, and people are like, okay, like my sunflower bottles, that is an obsession. I did not realize how popular was sunflowers until I started making them. Like,
I know
what?
I know what you're saying with the jewelry. I had sunflowers and they blew that day. I was like, wait a minute. So something about sunflowers people love. So I just keep them on there for earrings and necklaces.
These are places, and I know you probably are like, I don't want to go there, but florists, wedding planners or event planners,
Okay.
any decor, any type of decor thing. Like if you're on my site, you'd be under decor.
Okay.
Nurseries, because people want those on their patio. And this is just a little hint, you could put a little citronella in the top of that bottle, like
Okay.
and
Right.
that keeps the bugs away. And then you have the light, and you can't see the citronella, but it's like a little wax thing.
Okay.
Those are for outdoor patios, right? So people are out on their hot tub or whatever, and they're having a barbecue, and it
Right.
goes night, and then you put those little bottles out with the light, but they got the citronella in them. So you have a product that is multi-use. You can change it to any decor that you want, and you can also probably customize it very quickly.
Yes, because I had a baby shower request and they asked for a Winnie the Pooh. And I said, do I have free reign? She goes, the base just be in lime green. And she goes, you had free reign. I'm like, okay. So I did. I mean, so yeah, so I kind of like, had Winnie the Pooh in like 4 different positions, and I added balloons and all sorts of stuff. And when she's like, oh my gosh, she goes, I'm glad I just let you had free reign. And she goes, because it was perfect. So it's like, I mean, because I do that.
Definitely. I love customers that say, I just want the clock to have this, the rest is up to you. Because we really get into it and we make it. But when they restrict us, we're like,
because sometimes they're not the best. They're not the best arbiter of their own, of what they want.
Right. So free reign is good. When somebody says, I make sure that as long as it's red and it has this main ingredient, the rest you do. I'm like, yes, going on there. You get creative because you get to have the art in there. And that's when they most appreciate it. But please tell me that you do take pictures of your things.
Yes, I do. I do have it. I believe it's on my Instagram. I did put it on it's on my Instagram page and everything. And then I also too had a request for a Detroit Red Wings bottle. So it was white, and then I had to see it did the red, all the red on it. And my friend's like going, how did you do this little fine stuff? How? And it's like, just leave it alone. It's just like, it was tedious, but it was perfect because they were giving it away to a caregiver for their parents and everything else. And they're like going, that was you says, all I did was tell you this is what I wanted, and you're like, okay, how's this image? And I just said yes, go for it. And I'm like, okay,
That's true gift. That's
Do you change the bottles? Like, are you looking to do like more squat bottles, more like a candle type thing, or are you staying with the long neck ones? Are you using like olive oil bottles, or do you just stick to the one? Are those work
I'm
best?
right. So, I mean, so I've been with the liquor bottles and everything else. So my husband used to drink Captain Morgan. So yeah, with the handle and everything else. Those bottles are never available anymore. So I have a bunch of those still. I mean, yeah, because Captain Morgan went to all plastic, so they got rid of those bottles. So I have a bunch of those, but I just recycle liquor bottles. I haven't done any other, food bottles or anything like that. So, it's, because I just see the bottle. My husband laughs at me sometimes because I'll see a bottle. I had one bottle sitting, it was frosted. I had a blue net wrapped around it, but I couldn't finish the design. He goes, "It's sitting there for 3 months. Leave it alone."
we do it
He
when
goes,
the spirit and us to do
You
it.
gotta be
right,
inspired. It's an
right,
inspiration.
because my brain, because like right now I have this cool idea because I have a bottle that's kind of like flat and everything else of doing like a cherry tree blossom. I have the black flowers, but my brain cannot get the tree right, so I can't put it on the bottle yet. I've
Oh,
already done. Okay, so because that's what my brain does. It keeps thinking and thinking and goes, "Don't like that design, don't like that design. Nope, nope, nope." So I can't touch the bottle sitting there, but I can't touch the bottle until I have the final
thing in your
idea in my head. Right, and then I can go and do it. Then once I have that, I'm gone, and I can have that knocked out in one night. It's the point of getting the image
In your
because
yeah.
right. I mean, that's the problem with a craft or whatever, because you might look at a canvas. The point is, just because you're looking at the canvas doesn't mean the image is there. You see
Right.
an image, but it's not complete, no matter what you do. And I've done that. I've sprayed a couple bottles. I'm like,
That's
I don't like them.
the
So
not quite
I
ready pile.
had one I painted red. I didn't like it, whatever. I stuck it away and everything else. And I'm like, and then I pulled it out 2 months. Oh, I can put these other lights and put some flowers in it and everything else, and boom, gone. It's like it was a point of I was stuck. I was trapped, and when I got trapped, you got to take that thing and you got to go hide it because it's just like you read a book and you get to that dead spot. You can't start another book because you haven't finished the first book. So so I have to play with my
If you will send me a couple of your bottle pictures, I want to
Yes.
do mock-ups on them and show you how to make them more stand out when you take a picture of them. I'll show you how to do that. So, because you want the focus to be on the bottle. And when you take the picture, if there's a background that's not good, people they're going to take away from the design. So drop those in an email to me. I'll do a couple of, when you can do them together or you can set them together. I'll just get rid of the background on them. But I'm going to show you how crafters is really important if you have a product like Michelle, because you want people to focus on your product and not the surroundings. So it's really important to make sure that your product is front and center. And then you'd be able to use these on whatever you can print them, but you would use them on your digital stuff because your stuff's really impressive. It's really nice. And it seems that people are really wanting to buy it. So we want to make sure that you've decided that this could almost maybe sort of move into the business realm. And we hope that you hang out with us long enough to say, okay, I think I can do that. It's not too scary.
Because I am an LLC. I have a tax ID number. Because as soon as I started this, I talked to my accountant. He goes, "You already run your husband's business. You already take care of his books. So you know how to do all that." So he goes, "You're going to be legit. I carry the liability insurance and everything else." So my accountant's like, "You listen more than he does."
You're already on the way.
Yep. Well, I hate to say it, but it's about
Let me Let me, you guys, we're going to play our creative spirit. Just let everybody know Jeanette's going to do the word of the day, but we're going to run our commercial for the creative spirit. We are live right now. Not right now, because obviously we've had a glitch, but our channel is live. It's not YouTube. We are a channel on Roku TV. If you have a Roku TV, you're going to go and search for your apps, and you're going to put in the creative spirit channel, and it's going to come up, and you're going to download the app and add it to your apps, and then you can go to it every day. We're 24/7. We're also on Fire TV, same thing. So let me go ahead and run the commercial for us real quick. Hold on. If it works.
Okay. Girl, take your finger off that button. Okay. I'm gonna
excited. I'm so excited. All right, give us the word of the day. It better not be something like, okay, don't worry about something.
Oh, is a double mind is double trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it says a man of two minds, okay, unstable and unreliable and uncertain about everything, feels and decides. So it says, in other words, don't get stuck up into everybody else's call that really is not the call on your life. Fight to stay centered on what God is calling you to do. Don't be double-minded. If you believe you have a call on your life, then believe it consistently. Don't believe in it on Monday. Doubt it on Tuesday. Believe it again on Wednesday. And then by Friday, you're ready to give up because your circumstances are not good. Whatever. Do it the best you know how, believing that you have heard from God. That was a good one,
That was a good one.
He always puts the right words in the right program, let me tell you, because it's true. I like when she said, don't believe it on Monday, doubt it on Tuesday, believe it on Wednesday, and then by Friday, you're ready to give it up. How many of us do that as crafters? We give it up.
Yes.
I don't want to.
Yes.
So what they're saying is, and this is what I take away from this, which I always interpret it the way I see it as a crafter, right? We have to be consistent in what we do. Okay. As crafters, we do have a lot of days. Monday we'll do this, Tuesday we do this, Thursday we do this. We have a lot of things. But the thing is to stay consistent in your business so it can grow. Because when you just focus on what you want to do and where you want to go. Because let me tell you, all of this is a dream for us. And all I said was yes. And you, Michelle, you say yes. And look how beautiful you are. Your yes, just by saying yes, the windows of heaven will open up for you because, you're taking that chance with us. And we appreciate you for doing that. So we love you very much. Thank you for coming with us and joining us on our show. Jenny, your turn, please.
I'm not touching anything anymore.
So
I'm gonna be the dude on this. I don't do dishes. I'm bad at it. I'm really bad at it.
Okay.
Or don't do computers.
I know. I'm gonna take a line from Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond, my favorite show. Yeah. Don't come tell me that a person with two opposable thumbs cannot work a mouse. Do not tell me that.
Look, Alice, can you please click on the slide that I know that I can click so and then I can end it?
All right. Michelle, it's been a pleasure.
I did it. Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
So much on you, but honestly, when I see a crafter that hides behind the hobby, when I can see is a business person, a business woman, I want to just pull you out of there and put you on stage. So it's all done with Crafting Love. We want to see our crafters totally like be successful and take their joy and turn it into something that they can really like. I did this and I just bought this new table with my, you know, what I made. So thank you so much for joining us and being a good sport, hanging out with us on our technical difficulties. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to go.
Wait.
What?
This will be broadcasted tomorrow on the TV. So you
Oh,
can
yes.
Okay.
come and see it tomorrow. It will be on there. I'll put it multiple times so everybody can see it. So yes, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, now you can go.
All right. Here we go. You're hitting the end stream button, right?
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. All right. I'm going to do the slide.